谢谢。
大哥。
书。我是往旁边就旁边看。对。太多了，等一下回去。对。好，谢谢。So， 我们就开始医生的时间。
接下来请医生。
Okay， 医生 ，your turn。
Okay. Can I just grab some that? Can I do your screen? Getting it full screen? What's happening? Why is it Oh, is that working? Okay, you're seeing the full screen? Can't see it. It's too light here. Oh, great.
我要。
Thank you very much. Now, I wrote. Yeah. Oh, yeah, microphone. Okay, so sorry. Thank you. I wrote The Slaughter to give a human face to the victims of organ harvesting and to the perpetrators and even to those caught in the middle.
谢谢大家。我写《屠杀》这本书是为了要从人本的角度出发，去检视器官活摘的受害者、加害者，还有那些陷于受害者与加害者之间的中间人。
This is the origin of Chinese organ harvesting. Execution of prisoners, followed by the extraction of kidneys, began in the 1980s.
这张图象征了中国器官活摘的最开始的根源。中国最早从1980年代开始，从死刑处决的犯人身上摘取肾脏。
You'll just have to bear with me for a second. Can you translate that? Just bear with me for a second, please.
稍等，葛特曼先生一下。
A little technical glitch here. So let's start with the faces. The man on the left, trying to look official. The man next to him in the middle, trying to look as if he's at a party.
大家看这些人的面目，左边的人摆了个官员的姿势，中间的人就好像在开派对一样，在那边微笑。
The man in the front looks at us defiantly. Why? Because he shot the people that lie at his feet.
所以前面的人用不屑的表情看着镜头，为什么？因为就是他刚刚把地上这个人给枪决了。
And he wears a rag on his wrist to protect his uniform from their blood.
为了不让喷出来的鲜血洒到他的制服，他手上还裹着一团布。
Now, Jesus, these are the eternal faces. It's okay. I got it. Hey, it's okay. These are the eternal faces of execution. If you blur the racial features in this photograph could have been taken in Nazi Germany or the Soviet Union.
这就是刽子手的面目。撇开种族的差异，这张照片就活生生像纳粹德国或苏联出来的一样。
Fast forward to 2018, today. These are China's new executioners.
时光快转到2018年的今天，这也是中国现在的刽子手。
Now, the killing of religious and political prisoners is not new in world history, but mobilizing the medical profession to do it, this is new.
世界历史上有许多屠杀宗教和政治良心犯的案例，但中国很独特的动员了医学界一起犯案。
How did it happen? This is the story I want to summarize for you today.
中国怎么变成这样？就是我今天要跟大家简单讲的故事。
My interviews began with subjects talking to me about the early 1990s.
我采访的一系列证人中，他们讲述的这事情最早可以回溯到1990年代初期。
This policeman examined a body bag in an execution ground in the early 1990s. In my interview, he claimed that the corpse's chest had been picked clean.
这位警察在1990年代初期曾经在刑场检验了一个尸袋。据我在跟他的访问，他说尸体的胸部被撬开，里面的器官已经被挖空。
Sorry. A doctor from Sun Yat-sen University, he lives in China, so I can't show his face, only a dark screen, told me about mass executions in southern China and how he removed the liver and kidneys from a body that was still twitching in 1992.
中国中山大学的一位医生向我讲了中国的大规模处决。他曾在1992年从一具还在蠕动的尸体上摘取了肝脏和肾脏。
A scar on the corpse indicated that the prisoner had a wire around his neck to keep him silent in court.
尸体的伤疤显示他在被处决前脖子上绑了一圈线，用以阻止他在法庭上出声。
On an execution ground in 1994, this Uyghur policeman recalls hearing about screams coming from an organ harvesting van, as if someone was still alive.
这位维吾尔族的警察记得在1994年的刑场上发生的事情。他记得那时候有一台橘色的器官活摘车，从里面发出惊声的惨叫，好像里面的人还活着一样。
In 1995, this man, Enver Tohti, was a surgeon in Xinjiang.
这位叫安华托蒂的人，在1995年时是新疆的一个外科医生。
In 2011, he stood up at a Westminster parliamentary hearing, and he confessed to me and the world that he had extracted 2 kidneys and a liver from a man whose heart was still beating.
他在2011年在英国国会上向我和全世界坦诚，证实他曾经从一个心脏还在跳的活人身上摘取下2个肾脏和1个肝脏。
The prisoner had been shot in the chest. It was enough to send the body into shock. The wound was not fatal. The man could have lived. Instead, Dr. Tohti killed the man, as he said, with my own hands.
那个囚犯是从胸部被开枪，伤势差点让身体休克，但并没有致命，最后反而是死在了安华托蒂亲手操刀的器官移植手术台上。
But Tohti demonstrated his sincerity. He went on to speak about what he had done in parliaments throughout the world. He'll be visiting Taipei in a couple of weeks.
安华托蒂已经证明了他悔过了诚意。他在世界各国的议会四处演讲，坦诚他曾经做过的事情。他在几周内就会造访台北。
In 1997, Uyghurs demonstrated in Xinjiang, in Gulzha. Chinese authorities fired into the crowd.
1997年，维吾尔族人在新疆的伊宁市聚众抗议，中共的反应是向群众扫射。
In the days that followed, this Uyghur policeman watched as Uyghur prisoners disappeared into hospital vans.
在那之后，这位维吾尔族警察见证到许多维吾尔族囚犯被押进医院货车里，从此从人间蒸发。
The bodies were wrapped and buried under armed guard. The cemeteries patrolled.
在武装警卫巡逻下，他们的尸体被裹起来埋掉。
This Uyghur doctor, who I cannot show, has family in China. He testified to me that 6 high-ranking Communist Party cadres came to Urumqi for kidney and liver transplants in 1997.
有一个无法向你们展示图片的维吾尔族医生在中国还有家人，他向我指证中国共产党有6名高官在1997年到乌鲁木齐接受肾脏和肝脏的移植手术。
The doctor was ordered to go into an Urumqi prison and to draw blood samples from the political prisoners.
他被命令进入乌鲁木齐的监狱，从政治犯中抽取血液样本。
The cadres got the organ transplants, and 6 months later, another 6 cadres arrived.
那6名高官接受了器官移植，6个月又 又有6个高官前来接受器官移植。
This is how organ harvesting of political and religious prisoners began in Xinjiang, China, China's secret laboratory. And perhaps it could have ended there too in 1998.
这就是中共当初如何在新疆对政治和宗教良心犯进行秘密的器官活摘，但这种作为却没有在1998年就此结束。
But the Chinese Communist Party, the CCP, had a new enemy, a Buddhist revival movement called Falun Gong.
中国共产党很快就有了一个新的敌人，那就是从佛家衍生出来的法轮功。
Now, by 1998, Falun Gong had 70 million practitioners. The CCP did not fear these peasant women that you're looking at. They feared that boy in front.
到了1998年，法轮功已经吸引了7000万人修炼。中共不怕修炼练功的这些乡村老妇人，他怕的是像图片最前面那位小男孩。
Because boys like that were growing into men, soldiers, Chinese Communist Party members, even secret police.
因为这些修炼法轮功的小男孩，很可能长大后就变成中共的士兵、高等党员，甚至是秘密警察的一员。
In 1999, the Chinese Communist Party struck hard, and entire Falun Gong communities, this is Dalian Falun Gong, doing their morning exercises, they disappeared.
1999年，中共开始破坏法轮功，开始从社会上铲除法轮功学院的存在，像是这个在大连市集体练功的盛况便不再出现。
Where to? Places like this, Shenyang Prison City.
法轮功学员被抓到哪里去了？地点之一就是像这个图片，沈阳监狱城。
Here it is today.
监狱城今天变成了这个样子。
The military hospitals, which had suddenly become more successful at liver transplants, began selecting organ donors from approximately 1 million Falun Gong in captivity.
中国各地的军医院突然开始忙碌地进行各种肝脏的器官移植，大约100万被监禁的法轮功学员变成了被迫的器官捐赠者。
But the logistics were difficult, and initially it was hard to successfully transplant more than 1 or 2 organs from a single Falun Gong practitioner. Transporting the heart and lungs to a tissue-matched recipient was the most challenging.
要同时进行这么多器官移植也是一大挑战。同一个法轮功学员身上很难成功地摘取下1-2个以上的器官，最难的是要把心脏和肺脏移植到相搭配的病人身上。
Falun Gong was situated on the coast and could be exploited for the lucrative foreign organ tourist market.
中国沿海地区有许多的法轮功学员，他们变成了外国人来进行器官旅游的受害者。
But what of the Chinese internal market for transplants? In 2002, the CCP started testing and organ harvesting Tibetan dissidents and monks, largely in Qinghai.
至于内地的器官市场呢？中共在2002年开始对西藏良心犯进行器官活摘。
Eastern Lightning House Christians were also tested.
追随全能神教会的教徒也被进行了器官活摘。
By 2004 to 2005, the Chinese transplant industry was dramatically expanding, and mainland doctors were becoming less discreet.
从2004年到2005年，中国的器官移植产业急速扩大，中国医生们也开始不那么低调行事。
Dr. Ko Wen-je was told that any patients from Taiwan should not worry about diseased organs coming from ordinary prisoners and drug addicts because all the organs will come from Falun Gong.
柯文哲医生知道的是，从台湾来的病人不必担心从囚犯或毒瘾患者取下的器官会不健康，因为所有的器官都来自法轮功。
At the same time, Yu Xinhe, a Falun Gong practitioner, was languishing in Guangzhou prison.
在那一同时间，法轮功学员于新慧正在广州的监狱里受苦受难。
The guards and the prisoners would openly threaten Falun Gong with organ harvesting.
监狱里的警卫和其他囚犯明确的威胁，要对监禁的囚犯进行器官活摘。
The threat was real. You showed me the exact spot the buses would park every 6 months to transport Falun Gong away for harvesting.
那样的威胁是非常真实。于新慧向我展示的地图显示，每6个月会有巴士到监狱里载走一些法轮功学员去摘取他们的器官。
In 2006, Matis and Kilgore released Bloody Harvest with comprehensive evidence that the organ harvesting of Falun Gong was real and that 42,000 organ transplants were suspect.
2006年，大卫·麦塔斯和大卫·乔高出版了《血腥的活摘器官》一书，记载了详细证据，指出对法轮功学员的器官活摘是真实存在的，统计高达了42000个器官移植的案例。
In 2012, Wang Lijun's attempted defection fatally exposed the Chinese leadership's role in organ harvesting.
2012年，王立军企图叛逃的事件终于彻底泄露了中共高层在器官活摘中扮演的角色。
Oops. 10 days after the sorry. Oh boy. Okay, we got to work on this a little bit. Guys, how do I reverse? Oh, okay. I'm good. I figured it out. I'm an old guy, but I figured it out. Okay, sorry. But that's all in Chapter 9. So you can read the details here.
所有这些其实都在第9章里面有记载，你们可以自己去读。
Including how the Transplantation Society halted the progress of our investigation.
这当中包括国际器官移植协会如何阻挠我们的调查。
10 days after the launch of my book in 2014, Beijing announced that it was ending all harvesting of prisoners on January 1st, 2015.
我的书在2014年出版后10天，中共宣布将会在2015年1月1日终止所有对于囚犯的器官活摘。
Yet my book indicated that Chinese organ harvesting was not receding, it was widening.
但我的书清楚地指出，中国器官活摘是不减反增的。
Specifically to the Uyghurs, the Tibetans, the House Christians.
尤其是针对维吾尔人、西藏人以及地下教会基督徒的器官活摘。
Nor had organ harvesting of Falun Gong ended. Read about this witness in Chapter 9.
对法轮功学员的器官活摘也没有真的终止过。这位见证人的证词就在第9章里面有记载。
I also came up with my own estimate of Falun Gong killed by harvesting through a survey method of 50 refugees from labor camp. Now, if you ignore the white guy in the middle, you have a pretty good mathematical representation of Falun Gong refugees.
在采访过50名从劳改营出来的难民后，我也自己估算了被器官活摘而死的法轮功学员数量。你们看这张图中，除了中间这位白人不谈，其他几位法轮功学员很有代表性。
All of these women were in labor camp. All were tortured. One of them was sexually abused, and the woman on the left was specifically examined for her organs.
他们都是从劳改营里出来的，他们全部都被刑求过。在劳改营中，他们之中其中一人还遭受了性侵害，而且最左边这位女士还被检验过器官。
Now, I estimated 65,000 Falun Gong killed between 2000 to 2008. Today, I would triple that estimate.
我的估算是65000名法轮功学员在2000年到2008年之间被活摘的器官。我认为到今天这个数量已经又增长了3倍。
Now, but it was this ad, which was attempting to attract foreign organ tourists to China. That's why it's in English. Even though China had supposedly banned organ tourism in 2007, this really started a whole new line of inquiry.
尽管中国宣称已经在2007年禁止了器官移植旅游，这篇吸引外国旅客到中国接受器官移植的广告，让我们开启了一连串的新调查。
Please look at the hospital on the lower right.
注意右下角的那个医院。
That's Tianjin Central Hospital. Tianjin Central is estimated to do 5,000 transplants annually. It's the biggest in the world. It's essentially half of the entire transplant volume of China, according to Chinese official numbers, for over a decade.
这是天津市第一中心医院，据估计在这里每年进行约5000件的器官移植，是世界第一大，相当于整个中国每年1半的公开统计的器官移植数量都在这里发生。
85% of its patients, transplant patients, are organ tourists, foreign organ tourists.
85%在这里接受器官移植的都是外国人。
In 2016, Kilgore Matus and I came out with a 700-page update to our book, demonstrating that China's transplant volume is actually over 60,000 per year.
在2016年，大卫麦塔斯和大卫乔高与我一起发表了700页的新报告，更新我们之前出版的书里面对于中国器官移植的统计数量估算，提高到每年6万件。
May I add something? It's got over 2,000 footnotes. 90% of them are mainland sources.
超过
It's got 2,000 footnotes. 90% are mainland sources, are from mainland.
在进行这个调查的时候，我们统计了超过2000个注脚，其中90% 都是来自中国大陆的来源。
Yeah. In response, Congress passed a resolution referencing persistent and credible reports of systematic state-sanctioned organ harvesting from non-consenting prisoners of conscience in the People's Republic of China.
美国国会对此通过了一项强调发生在中华人民共和国的系统性的国家批准的从非自愿的良心犯身上强摘器官的行为。
The New York Times and many other news outlets spoke about the issue.
纽约时报和其他许多新闻媒体都报道了此一议题。
But China embraced our accusations, claiming that they will be doing 50,000 transplants per year in just a few years.
但中国却对此毫不否认，还夸耀说他们再过几年就会达到每年5万件的器官移植数量。
Where will the organs come from?
这些器官会从哪里来？
Over the last year, Beijing has blood tested 15 million Uyghurs. Every man, woman, and child in Xinjiang.
过去1年之间，中共从1500万维吾尔族人之间广泛进行血液测试，包括每个在新疆的男人、女人和小孩。
As I speak, over 1 million Uyghurs are in re-education camps. This number is not in dispute.
现在有超过100万的维吾尔族人被关在这些再教育营中，这个数字是大家广泛公认的。
And the CCP are building 9 crematoriums in Xinjiang. The first one in Urumqi has just opened. It has 50 security guards.
中共还在新疆建立了9个火葬场，第一个刚刚在乌鲁木齐开始营运，光是那一个就驻扎了50名保安人员。
I cannot stop Beijing.
我不能阻止中共，
My job is to tell an accurate history.
我的工作是要把历史准确的陈述出来。
Because the worst thing that can happen to a victim group, such as Falun Gong, the Uyghurs or the Tibetans, is to be slaughtered and simply forgotten.
因为对于受害的法轮功、维吾尔族人、西藏人来说，最惨的事情就是被屠杀了之后还被世人遗忘。
So I truly thank you for your interest. Thank you.
感谢大家。
接下来我们就 Q&A 的时间。请。你可以讲中文，可以讲英文，我们又有翻译的。
Thank you for your coming to Taiwan. Thank you. You are so welcome. I have a question, Mr. Goodman. Do you think that Dr. Ko is a liar? Yes. Thank you.
是的。
That's it? Have a good time. Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, Ethan.
Yeah.
I don't need a translation. 不需要翻译啊。But I have a question. Want to ask you. I have 3 questions. The first one. Oh, okay. I have 3 questions. The first one is you publish the slaughter in 2014 and release the Chinese Mandarin version in 2018. As you know, this is the first book is Dr. Ko first running his Taipei mayor election. This time is they want to running the second Taipei mayor election. So, but we know you. As you know, I got a doctor degree in UK. Yes. And London is a lovely city, but the second question is, you signed a contract in UK London, right? and you sign a contract, the Chinese version, the book in UK London. But in UK London, they have a data production regulation law, DPPR. OK， 我刚才问医生2个问题哦。第一个问题我是说，2014年跟2018年都是台湾的选举年，他为什么要选在这个时间点来出英文版跟中文版？是不是有一些特别的用意？第二个问题是，欧盟有一个那个个人资料保护法，它在医生 ，for example, this is a DPPR. If you use the Dr. Cole's picture, you have to know is against the EU law or not. Because if you get the permission from the Dr. Cole, you can use his photo in your book. But if you didn't, you cannot use it. 所以我第二个问题就是问他说，在欧盟的个人资料保护法里面，其实是不允许随便刊登一个人的图片在书上面的，尤其 especially you use some story. Maybe this one is not from the Dr. Cole, it's from someone else. But you put the other one's word in Dr. Cole's picture under
okay,
here.
No, I gotta interrupt you.
Yes.
Okay. Now, he gave me, I don't know quite why we're doing this again, because I've explained this very clearly, and I know that the December 2012 interview I did on this,
Yes.
I believe was shared about 500,000 to 1 million times in Taiwan.
Yeah.
So that means a lot of you had seen it. I mean, there's just no way around it.
医生，
With the documents I showed, yeah, oh, well,
我不知道为什么我们还
I'm
在，
happy to pull the documents out, but if you like, but
我不知道我们为什么还在继续讨论这个问题。就同样的问题，我已经回复了100-200万
it's
遍
all
了。
here.
这就是当初柯文哲给我的 email。
This is the story since okay.
Yeah, Ethan.
他说这个故事他同意，
There are 3 stages to this.
但是有3个对话，
Every one of them has the full computer code.
这些都有证据证明是真正的 email。
This, you can't duplicate this any more than you can duplicate a snowflake.
你不能伪造这些我手上的电子邮件影本。
It is just the way I've described it. Of
Ethan.
course he gave me permission.
Yes, so we have a
他
three
给我
questions.
的他的许可。
Yeah, the 3 questions. As you know, I want to show you something.
Yes.
This one, for example.
Yes.
Do you know this is what time is it? So what time we only have 50 days to election, Taipei mayor election.
Right.
So everyone, for example, I joined the Taipei consulator, the election. So everyone naked. For example, we admire you. We admire you. Your book is except 9 chapter. As you know, if you don't have a 9 chapter, maybe not published in Chinese Mandarin.
Now you saying, wait a minute, I'm sorry, what are you affiliating yourself with here?
So right now it's 50.
Why are you putting on
This close.
What are you trying to say?
Oh, this, for example, this is for election. So this one, the meaning everyone this press conference is very, very important. So you have to consider every word in this press conference.
Look,
Okay?
I understand. I really can't change the truth very much. I can't change the truth.
所以我刚
No, this is important. Hold on. You gotta let me talk. I've heard you for a while. No, let's be fair. Okay, so this is a little silly. There's a rumor about. Remember, the first document I said to Dr. Koh was called A Tale of Two Surgeons, and the other surgeon wasn't in it, except that the other surgeon was Huang Zhifu. Now, some of you know this name. He's the master of ceremonies for organ harvesting in China. I was trying to contrast a relatively good Taiwanese surgeon with a very, very sinister man. That was the concept of it. Now, what happened is, as a writer, I didn't really have enough information on Huang Zhifu to make an interesting story. So that's why I didn't run it. What I did, what we did, and each time we came back, my researcher came back and said, could we use your name? Which would have made it a lot more interesting if it was Hold on, no, okay. This is important. You're going to have to stick with me here for a second. The point is, when we come back and ask him again, we're very open every time. this was not the only communications we're having with Kowenjay. I called him. I was in Cambridge at the time. I was next to the river. There were boats in the river. I remember it distinctly. We talked about whether there was a database in China which contained Falun Gong practitioners. My researcher called him several times. We had constant contact. Dr. Kowenjay actually agreed that he would go on congressional hearing, that he would act as a witness in a congressional hearing, should he be requested. The truth is that somewhere, hang on.
Okay.
This is part of the problem. This election, okay, these politics has given a problem to the truth. Okay? What it's done is it interfered with the natural process of investigation, which is critical for this organ harvesting issue, which is bigger than your election. I'm sorry to say that. I know you don't feel that way, but I feel that way. And lots of other people in the world do too.
But the 20% of Taipei city population, they think.
好，谢谢这位，请你坐下，好不好？请你坐下。
Do you think Dr. Ko is a
你觉得
middleman
你
or
花
not?
的时
Yes
间
or no?
已经花了很多了，好不好？谢谢您，谢谢您。
So do you think?
No。
那我稍微
其实这个问题，我用我自己的立场来回答。第一个，这个照片是柯文哲提供的，是为了要出版。医生请柯文哲提供的，你愿不愿意提供一张照片给我用？柯文哲提供给他的。OK， 这个内容都是经过柯文哲认同过的。这个所有的资料，医生都有带来。OK， 这个是对刚刚一个说明。那么对很多人喜欢问这个，其实我很突然的一个问题。为什么这个书要在选举年出版？我两个概念，一个概念是你管我什么时候出版，我当然要选人家最注意的时候而出版的。第二个，其实我私底下我跟医生讲了一句话，我说医生，你是一个很棒的人，你写了这本书，做了一个很棒的事情。可是你犯了一个错误，你犯的错误就是在2014年，为了柯文哲的选举，你说了一些比较外交辞令的话，这使得整个的事情被模糊掉了，这是你唯一的错误。所以我希望你今年你在面对这个问题的时候，你不要再考虑到谁的选举了，就是真相，把真相讲出来就好了。OK。
No idea what to say. My ignorance is amazing. Yeah. My ignorance is amazing. I'm astonished by it. Please, question.
好。
Please.
Hi. In 2014, you described Dr. Ko as a man of singular courage. Why change your mind and think he is a liar? And do you think that he violates human rights?
This is an excellent question. Very good question and perfectly reasonable. The bottom line here, I would like to show you something that changed my mind.
我想跟你展示一下为什么我改变了我的想法。
Now, part of this is just the passage of time. I made it quite clear that I thought he's in the middle of an election, new politician, he panics, he says, I'm not going to come out with the story. But later on, okay.
我以为柯那个时候他正在选举当中，然后他因此而惊慌而改变了他的想法。
All witnesses are precious, okay, and to be treated with respect. I waited many years for this to happen, and to move into, even if he didn't want to accept his own testimony, I waited many years for him to come to the position of joining End Transplant Abuse, the International Coalition to End Transplant Abuse in China, or Doctors Against Forced Organ Harvesting. These are international organizations.
所有当时他做的这些证词，我们应该尊重他当时跟我讲的这些东西。
These are international organizations. They include major politicians. They include the best medical ethicists in the world.
声讨活摘器官的这些组织，包括许多世界上知名的政客。
For a good cause. So to me, I said, what's the problem? Why not do this? Now, if you can you get to the, you can't get to it, huh? I really want, that's not what I want. I want my original PowerPoint. The original PowerPoint, number slide 38, I think. Now, you've seen the picture of Dr. Ke at the ECMO conference in 2008, yes? This one. Yeah, make it full screen, please. Thank you. Make it full screen. If you could. That's very good, yeah. Now, can I use this? Very good, very good. Thank you so much. Okay. Now, Dr. Ke's involvement, as you know, in ECMO goes back to 2000 at least, yes?
所以你们许多人可能都看过了这张照片。柯文哲与在叶克膜的在中国的瓜葛，最早可以追溯到2000年。
Yeah. Yet Dr. Ke told me that he knew about Falun Gong organ harvesting in 2005.
我采访柯文哲时，他告诉我，他最早在2005年就知道法轮功器官活摘的事情。
And yet, he was at this conference only 3 months before our interview.
但他竟然一直到我采访他之前的3个月，
Now that I've seen it, I cannot unsee this photograph.
他在我采访他之前的3个月，还去中国参加这场叶克膜的研讨会。这张照片我看了，我想忘掉都忘不掉了。
Now, a photo is just a photo, but what I really cannot unsee is this schedule for the conference that Ke participated in.
刚才那张照片就只是一张照片，但我再也忘不了那场叶克膜研讨会中，我们可以看到的公开的会议行程表，可以看到柯文哲的参与程度。
You know, Ke was the only non-mainlander to give a presentation. Many of you are far more equipped to investigate this than I am. Absolutely. But through writing the 2016 update with Kilgore and Matus and editing documents for the World Organization to investigate the persecution of Falun Gong, I can say a few words about these hospitals and the individuals on this schedule.
柯文哲是这场研讨会中唯一不是中国大陆人的讲者，你们之中许多记者都更有能力对此进行更深度的调查。但我在此单就我2016年与麦塔斯和乔高一同发表的器官活摘报告的更新，还有我过去呼吁世界卫生组织调查迫害法轮功经验，我想我可以就此讲讲这个讨论会行程表中一些人和医院的真相。
Now, every individual in hospital that's suspected to have been involved in the organ harvesting of political and religious prisoners is highlighted on this schedule. I've highlighted it in red.
我们在这里把每一个我们怀疑曾涉嫌对政治和宗教良心犯进行器官活摘的个人的医院，都用红体字标注起来。
Although there are ambiguities about Dr. Ke, I have also highlighted him in red. He is at the 12 o'clock point, if you see it.
尽管我们对柯文哲在中国究竟做了什么还有疑虑，我们也先把他的名字改成红色。柯文哲在当天中午12点进行了有关叶克膜的演讲。
As you see, this schedule is a sea of red.
你可以看出，在这场研讨会演讲的许多人中都被标了红字，代表他们都有活摘器官的嫌疑。
As soon as you want me to stop, you just tell me. But I'm going to go through a few hospitals, just a few things, okay? As you see, start with the lesser offender. This is the conference venue itself, Wuxi People's Hospital.
如果你们之中有想要终止打断我的话，随时跟我说。我们先从比较小的一些犯行开始吧。这场研讨会的地点是取在无锡市的人民医院。我们在2016年的更新报告中特别观察了这间医院。
Wuxi People's Hospital is in our report, 2016. Why? Because they're only allowed to do lung transplants. Yet we know that they're carrying out 8 other types: kidney, liver, heart, pancreas, cornea, stem cell, bone marrow, vascular grafts.
在法律上，该院只可以做一种的肺的移植只有一种的移植许可。但是我们知道，它至少这个医院一直在进行至少8种其他的手术，肾脏、肝脏、心脏、胰脏、角膜、干细胞、骨髓和人工血管，它都有在做。
In addition, Wuxi claims to have completed more than half of all lung transplant surgeries in China. So we suspect that one of the organ sources is Falun Gong.
无锡市人民医院还宣称，他们进行超过全中国一半数量的肺移植手术。我们怀疑法轮功学员是肺的来源之一。
Next on the list, just going down the list, Chen Zhongguan. He participated in multi-organ extractions from 65 donors from January 2000 to August 2006.
记得刚才我们看到那个表吗？其中一位讲者是陈中华，他从2000年1月到2006年8月，对65个所谓的器官捐赠者进行了同时移除多个器官的手术。
When Chen ran the Wuhan Tongji Hospital of Organ Transplantation in 2006, oh, I'm so sorry, I missed a slide. I'm so sorry about that. I'll just reverse. Here we go. Yeah, well, here it is. When he ran the Wuhan Tongji Hospital, in a recording called, the kidney transplant department was asked, do you have any Falun Gong? And they said, sure. Do you have any Falun Gong organs? They said, sure, it's no problem. When you're ready, you can come over directly. We'll discuss it in detail.
在2006年，陈中华是武汉同济医院器官移植研究所的所长的时候，海外的一些调查人员，他们打匿名电话向医院询问，他们是否可以取得法轮功学员器官的移植。该医院的肾脏移植部门竟然回复说，没问题啊，当你准备好的时候到我们医院来，我们会跟我们进一步讨论。
This is Lu Duero, Department of Surgery in the China-Japan Friendship Hospital. 7 cases of single lung transplantation from brain-dead donors. That's usually a euphemism for live organ harvesting. This is before 2008.
接下来另一位当时的参与会者是刘德若，中日友好医院的外科主任医生，在2008年前进行过7次的肺移植手术，都是从脑死的所谓器官捐赠者身上取的。通常那就意味着是器官活摘的受害者。
Yeah, this is the China. Yes.
I think the Chinese Mandarin translator is not correct. Your English and the Chinese Mandarin translator is not correct.
Oh, I'm sorry. You know what? This is a hard thing for translation. It's very difficult. No, it's very difficult. So let me just.
Not proper.
I don't have a problem with that. Obviously this can go on for about an hour. If I go down this list, about an hour. You don't have that time.
我是说他的中文翻译跟英文是对不起来的。
No. Let's not look at the translator. The point is, it's going to go on for about an hour. I will summarize a couple of things. Okay, please. I will summarize a couple of things, a couple of points, without even showing you the slides. We have, well, I can show you this doctor, who is, in fact, the one in this picture. This is a hospital which reported one of its Falun Gong employees, and he was massacred here in Shanghai. This is one of their colleagues. This fellow extracted hearts from 111 brain-dead donors, average age 25 years. How many 25 years old people just die like this? Okay, you get the idea. The warm ischemia time was 0 to 15 minutes. This is live organ harvesting. Anyways, we could go through the whole business. This fellow has done nearly 10,000 surgeries. This is Meng Shu. Over 800 operations every year. Chen Xin, extraction of hearts. Lin, this is from one of the worst places in China, the General Hospital, Shenyang Military Command, Liaoning Triangle. This man did a 13-year-old, found a heart for a 13-year-old in 1 week. This is impossible. Unless you went to a juvenile delinquent school and took somebody. This is the last bit. I will now close this up. The bottom line here is what I have to say about it. That's Tianjin Central Hospital, yes? We've already looked at that one.
天津中央医院。
Now, the fact is, what was this conference about? These people were here for ECMO. Okay?
这个研讨会的重点是什么？为什么这些人会来参加？他们都是为了叶克膜而来。
I know. Dr. Koh sells ECMO on the mainland, yes? He said this.
柯文哲是为了推销叶克 叶克膜而到中国大陆，这点是他自己承认。
So, what is the cost? What changes with ECMO? What changes with ECMO is lungs and hearts live 8 hours more. This is across the board. 8 hours extra life for lungs and hearts. What's the big ticket item here? These are the numbers.
为什么叶克膜很重要？因为它可以将肾脏或心脏的寿命延续长达8个小时。它可以，就像柯文哲讲，叶克膜可以拯救生命。
Okay, so this is the point. Before ECMO, this woman, Jing Chan, was worth about $225,000 US. For an organ transplant, kidneys and liver, maybe her corneas, about 225. Okay.
像最左边的这位女士，在没有叶克膜的情况下，如果你摘除她的器官，它的价值大约是20万美元。如果加上叶角膜，或许可以到25万美元。
After ECMO, she's worth $350,000.
如果加上叶克膜，可以到达35万美元。
Okay. This room, this is just under $1 million if you harvest everything. Forget about me, I smoke and drink too much. But, if you harvest everybody else, you're going to get about $1 million here. After ECMO, $3.5 million.
如果你没有叶克膜的话，这房间里面的其他几位女士总价值器官活摘加起来，大约稍微超过100万美元。如果加上叶克膜，全部的价值会超过350万美元。
And that is my answer to your question.
想问一下葛特曼先生，我们是台湾苹果日报。你在书中第9章提到说，柯医师开始考虑到中国大陆求取人类的器官，然后另外你也提到说，柯医师已经在大陆为他的病人安排好诊疗，这个部分是柯医师自己亲口跟你讲的吗？那另外，2014年的时候，您曾经有透过您的律师，就是发函说澄清柯文哲并没有参与过器官中介，那可是现在却又称他是骗子。那想问说，这样中间的转折？
那请问，So Eason, in your book you said that Dr. Ko went to China. Did he? You say. And you say Eason.
Yes or no? Yes or no?
Yes. I'm happy to talk about it. Dr. Ko, as I mentioned on TV just recently, Sunday television, did not talk terribly explicitly. He talked rather quickly about what he did in the mainland.
柯文哲在访问当中，他并没有很明确的讲他在中国做了什么事情。
Now, did he tell me he was making money taking transplant patients or arranging transplants in the mainland? No, he did not tell me that.
柯文哲他有没有跟我讲说他在那边拿钱？
他说他没有讲。
Come on. No, stop it. Come on, don't be nice. Come on, be nice, guy. Come on. Let the translator start, please.
柯文哲他当时有没有问我说，他当时有没有跟我讲说他拿钱中介进这些器官？他并没有。
I don't put words in people's mouths.
我不会讲人家没有讲过的话。
Okay. So the best description I could come up with for the document that we both agreed on, me and Dr. Kuhn, was middleman. He was a middleman. Now.
所以我跟柯文哲在多次通信之后，我们达成共识，就是他在这个他在这个事情的角色上是一个叫做中间人的角色。
Now there are 3 ways that Dr. Kuhn was valuable to a conference like the one we just saw.
那在器官活摘这件事情上面，柯文哲他扮演了至少3个角色。
These are rather monstrous people, the people I was going through. There's a lot of terrible people at that conference. It's like pirates or something.
在那个2008年的研讨会上，有许多很不好的人。
The first way he was valuable was he was a conduit, potential conduit to Taiwanese patients, foreign organ tourists who will pay more for organs than a Chinese person will. Yeah?
第一点呢，柯文哲扮演的一个中间人的角色，他让台湾比较有钱的这些所谓器官旅客可以前往中国。
The second way that he was important to them was that he was selling Medtronic ECMO products, which are some of the best in the world. They're from America. Very, very good company in Minnesota.
第二个角色，他作为一个推销员的角色，他把这个美敦力生产的叶克膜器材卖到中国大陆去。这个美敦力它制造非常先进的这个机器。
The third way was that he was teaching them ECMO techniques, and this is the worst because it created, whether he meant to or not, he was creating a perverse incentive to kill Falun Gong, Uyghurs, Tibetans, House Christians.
那第三个柯文哲扮演的角色，他扮演一个导师的角色，教导中国如何使用叶克膜技术在这个器官活摘上面，这个是我认为最邪恶的部分。
Hi, Mr. Gottman. Peter Wayne from EBC. How you doing? For 3 years. All right. The thing is, what you said in the book. You said Dr. Kuo's willingness to speak out is become the very unimpeachable source for the whole book, and you also use this source to make the speech in the Congress, both in the United States and Canada, if I remember correctly. So the thing is, but Dr. Kuo totally denied what you implied or what you wrote in the book. Said he didn't go to China to be the middleman, and everything that you just said. So we try to figure out what is the story here. Who say the truth? Because he even threatened, if you didn't clear this statement in Taiwan, he's gonna sue you wherever you are. So how do you respond for this one?
I am not a lawyer, Peter. I don't know what legally I should do here, Peter. But if I were just thinking about suing somebody, I'd consider the fact that if I'd signed a document and I not only signed it once, first time as anonymous, second time as my own name, third time, here's the picture. Yeah, I guess I'd think twice about suing somebody in that kind of position. But I'm not a lawyer, so who knows? And I've been to Taiwanese jail before. Sorry.
我不是一个律师哈，所以我不太清楚你讲的刚这些所谓的法律的问题。但是就我所认知，如果我给一个人签了3份的文件，给他3次的机会签这个文件，他第1次、第2次、第3次都同意我上面跟他讲的东西，那这个代表什么？
I've been to Taiwanese jail. I spent a day watching Falun Gong women teach the hardened criminals to do Falun Gong exercises.
曾造访台湾的监狱，看到台湾的法轮功学员他们如何在那里教导修炼法轮功。
I've never tried the exercises, but maybe I get a chance to. Huh?
我没有修炼过法轮功，但是或许应该试试看。
In 2014, I remember, if I remember correctly, you said all the evidence you have in the book, you have all kind of record, even recording from Dr. Kuo, even.
我没有说过我有那时候访问录音。
The evidence you have right now is an email you coming back for us with Dr. Kuo. Is that?
You've read the text of the email, and I'm happy to make it distributed to anyone here, and it's already been on the web for 4 years.
我想
just didn't notice it.
我想如果你读过我在网络上公布的这个 email， 它其实都你们都可以找到的。 我也可以再次提供给你们。
I know 4 years is a long. It's not that much time to read something like a couple of emails, but they have been out there. The fact is.
我知道4年是很长的时间，但是事实是他们都是已经公开在网络上。
You know what we said? We said, if there's anything wrong with the story, should we run it at all? Should we just forget about it? Then we said, if the story is, if there's something to the story, please tell us how to improve it. If there's anything wrong. Once you see come back, the story seems okay.
那我们多次也联络这个柯文哲， 问他说我们写的这个故事你是不是接受？那他都没有联络我们，让我们改正。
Compare the text that I sent him. Compare it yourself. I've had bad dreams that it's different, but it's not. It's the same text. Okay. The point is, this is not. I take this very seriously, but I expect witnesses to take their testimony seriously too.
如果你
Yeah, sorry.
你可以比较我们公开的这些，我给他的东西，还有他给我们的。如果比较的话，你知道他们的东西是一样的。
My book, once you read it, and I think you're going to enjoy it, as you know, the part about Dr. Ko you've already read. It's a 300-page book. It's over 300 pages. Most of the important witnesses are right here. These kinds of people, okay? Not people who change their minds, not anything like that. People like this, and even people who are caught in the middle. I mentioned people caught in the middle. Prison camp director, entire chapter.
我的书有300多页，有记录了非常非常多的证人。大多数这些证人都是他们如今都还是同意他们当初给我的这个证词的，就是很多是受到迫害的这些人。
This is not just investigative reporting, it is human rights. Human rights is not a game. It's not a gotcha game. It's a human rights game.
这不只是调查报道，这个也是跟人权有关的。
There are families out there that will never recover, and families today that are being created that will never recover from what has happened in China.
我们这里讨论到的许多受害人，他们的家庭都被拆散，他们也永远不会回到以前的生活。
Taipei will recover from this election. I guarantee it.
不管这一次选举的结果如何，我相信台北都会恢复。
I'm happy. Look, the point about the letters is it's really, to me, it'll be the third time I've kind of talked about the letters, and I really did.
这是第3次，我就与柯文哲这个通信，再来澄清这个事情。
They're very self-explanatory. You look at them, and this first time he says the story seems okay. The second time he says, okay, for what I say, I can be responsible. And the third time he sends us the picture. And each one of those has an introduction from my researcher saying, look what's happening. They're very careful. We were talking to him on the phone, not absolutely regularly, but every 6 months, every year, we were talking to him. He knew who.
如果你们看我们公开的这个当初与他的这个通信，第1次、第2次、第3次，他都有机会去改正。那我的研究员当时也跟他有过多次的通信，他都没有澄清。
But I think the point is, I don't think the book is dependent on Dr. Ko's testimony. Having said that, I have one more point that's important.
我不觉得我这本书的说服力是根据在柯文哲这个人身上。
Let's say you're right. Let's say that the whole book really depended, or that this investigation globally has depended to some extent on Ko Wen-je and coming out and backing up his own testimony. Let's say that.
那我们就算我们假设说这本书完全是跟柯有关，那这本书完全是依据柯文哲的证词。
Imagine a world where Ko Wen-je had come forward and backed this.
那我们想象一下，为什么柯文哲他不出来，然后来支持他当初给我的这些证言呢？
Would the Transplantation Society really have gone to China and tried to cover up their crimes? Would that have happened?
如果国际移植学会，世界的国际移植学会有真的去中国进行调查的话，我们还会有今天这些调查吗？
Would the Vatican be making a deal with China right now?
梵蒂冈他们还会跟中国进行某种的协议吗？
And this sounds really terrible. It's a terrible thing just to say or even think, but would quite so many people have died?
这是一个令人发指、想象的令人发指的事情。但是我们可以看是这么多人都死去了。
These are just books. They're just words, but they have consequences.
这些只是书，它上面的都是只是字而已。但我讲的故事是真的牵涉到人的生死。
OK， 我们时间也差不多喽，来，你要问问题吗？